Sorry, I got cold feet. So this morning, I was pulling in the parking lot, and David was outside, and he was like, "We're still meeting at 2:15." I was like, "Yeah." I like to meet with David before I, do a lesson because I don't want to say something wrong and struck by lightning or anything. David was like, "How much time do you have?" I was like, "As much time do you need?" He's like, "Do you happen to know how to fix an iPhone battery?" "Yeah, David, I do." So I think what's going on is he's really meeting me for my tech skills. So a couple weeks ago, we went to the Dominican Republic, and I knew I was speaking. When we came back, I just didn't really know what I was going to talk about. And I thought that I'd go down there and want to come back and talk about being grateful. At one point, I thought I wanted to talk about prayer, but I think that relationships is a really important thing that I learned while I was down there. The people down there, they're just so genuine. You can tell they really care, they really love, and they only knew people for like 2 minutes, and they already, they really valued your presence. So, relationships. What should a relationship look like? If you turn to 1 Samuel chapter 18. As soon as he had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David. And Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day, and would not let him return to his father's house. Then Jonathan made a covenant with David, because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was on him and gave it to David, and his armor, and even his sword, and his bow, and his belt. And David went out and was successful wherever Saul sent him, so that Saul set him over the men of war. And this was good in the sight of all people, and also in the sight of Saul's servants. So I think this story of David and Jonathan is a great example of what a relationship should look like. I think that the love that Jonathan had for David to give him everything that he had so that David could succeed is really important, and I think that's something we need to keep in mind as we go through our daily lives and we make new relationships, on our relationship with God and our relationship with one another. Let's see. Another verse I'd like you to look at is 1 Corinthians 12, verses 12 through 19. For just as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ. For in one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, Jews or Greeks, slaves or free, and all were made to drink of one Spirit. For the body does not consist of one member, but of many. If the foot should say, "Because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body," that would not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear should say, "Because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body," that would not make it any less part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would be the sense of hearing? If the whole body were an ear, where would be the sense of smell? But as it is, God arranged the members in the body, each one of them as he chose. If all were a single member, where would the body be? So this here, I think, is something really important that we need to keep in mind. So God commands us to, he tells us that 2 is better than 1. And, we are one body together. We have to work together. Our souls have to be knit with one another. Because as Christians, we're outnumbered. The world is outnumbering us. We are a minority. And if we don't work together, if our souls are not knit, if we don't love one another like Jonathan loved David, then we're not going to succeed. We're not going to be able to accomplish our goals. We're not going to be able to grow. Another verse I would like you to turn to is Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. I think that is probably one of my favorite verses because, personally, college. I'm going into college. I'm terrified. I don't know anybody. I know like 2 people, and one of them goes to Chat State. The other one goes to UTC, but still I'm terrified. I'm going to classes. I don't know anybody. I've heard from high school teachers that it's going to be hard, and all I knew was there's this thing called the CSC that I probably should go to. And, that completely changed my life. And going there, making relationships with the people there has definitely allowed me to grow spiritually. And, without the relationships I made there, I don't have any idea where I'd be. I probably wouldn't be standing up here in front of you all today. And the final verse, Ecclesiastes 4, verses 9 through 12. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, and has not another to lift him up. So that goes back to how we are outnumbered as Christians. I think here at Central and at CSC, I think we do a wonderful job of loving one another, caring for one another. I think we have really strong relationships, and I would love to see that keep growing. It is extremely vital for us to have strong relationships with one another, for our souls to be knit, because without that, we will fall. We will fall. We're outnumbered. We're the minority. And in that same chapter, it says later on, let's see if I can find it, a threefold cord is not quickly broken. So, I challenge you to continue this wonderful thing we have at this church and to keep your relationships growing in and outside of this church, with people, with God, with your family. And if your life is not right, if your relationships aren't where it needs to be, we ask you to come down and be with us as we sing.